And we are back again with another great episode of the Sick Podcast Steeler Crazy. I am Jay York Football. Alongside of me, as always, mic'd up Sports One, and the NFL Draft is a man. It's almost here. I can't believe it's April. It 2 sunny days in Pittsburgh. It's snowing right now, but we have a great guest lined up. How's everything with you, Mike?
Good, man. Hail to Pitt. This is one of your
Hell to
favorite
Pitt.
because you and your family, and I think about your pap all the time, and we have shows
Yeah.
like this on and your Pitt upbringing. So I know these are always extra special for you.
Yeah, held a pit, and we're really excited to get to our guest. And he's gonna fresh off the NFL Combine, by the way, and we're gonna talk to him next on the Sick Podcast, Steeler Crazy. Sammy, let's get it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to the Sick Podcast. Steelers Crazy.
Aaron Smith shields. Flacco, Polamalu takes it home. Super Bowl 43. Pittsburgh might be bound for that thanks to number 43.
The sickest Pittsburgh Steelers podcast. Sports entertainment like no other. It's gonna be sick.
All right, this guy, he doesn't need an introduction. If you're from the 412 or you follow 412 sports closely, of course, you know this name. He balled out for Pitt football, and he's looking to continue that. Certainly will at the next level in the NFL. It's none other than our guy, Kounate Mfield. What's going on, man?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Living.
Good. Not as good as you though, because obviously you got some big stuff coming up, and we're super happy for you, obviously, as Pittsburghers and Pitt fans. But we want to talk about your journey a little bit and take you back. All right. So let's start in your career at Akron. Obviously, you transferred to Pitt before 2022. So just tell me a little bit about kind of the experience overall at Pitt and what college football meant to you.
I mean, college football, it meant the world to me. I mean, I know growing up in a household where, well, I'm from Georgia, right outside of the Atlanta area, so we kind of like SEC country, and we take football serious down here in Georgia. So always growing up, my family was divided, Alabama, Auburn, watching those rivalries and just watching college football and just the experience of the fans, and all the players and things like that. So for me, it was always big for me. It was always a dream for me. I always wanted to play Power 5 football, Power 4 football, whatever you want to call it, and just college football in general, for sure, and it's always been a passion of mine. I've been playing tackle football since I was 4, and so, like, it's just been a big passion. It's been a blessing for sure.
Well, you had a big year last season and a great career for sure. I mean, a team high 52 catches, 813 yards. Evaluate your play.
Um, I just would say I feel like that I take a lot of pride in getting open, separation. I've been working my craft since I was ninth grade, eighth, ninth grade of just running routes, getting open, catching the ball, tracking the ball skills, just all the things that I feel like a receiver needs. And I feel like that's something I really take pride in myself. I also feel like I'm a very smart player. I can pick up playbooks fast. I can understand defenses. I can understand leverages, whether that's a corner, what technique he's playing, and just very football savvy, very football smart. And that's just a testament to, like I said, just growing up around football my whole life, and being in those environments for sure. And then also just a tough, like, gritty player, regardless of what's going on. Like, I feel like I'm pretty tough out there on the field. Maybe if you're injured or whatnot or whatever it is, like giving it my all, passionate and being tough. So, and I don't really take that lightly, but I definitely would say that for sure.
Kounate, obviously you talk about all of these great accomplishments on the field, but I know you're just as proud as a lot of the things you were able to bring off the field. And I know both of those help contribute to being a team captain. Talk to me about that responsibility and how much that meant to you, man.
I mean, it was amazing. And growing up, my dad was military, so he always preached leadership. Um, and so that was something that was truly big for me. And just because, like, I love my teammates, love my guys, those relationships that I built at Pitt with my teammates is really amazing, and it's a blessing for them to believe in me, to lead those guys. It meant the world to me. So, and for me, I'm big on, I don't want to let people. I'm very loyal. So I don't want to let anybody down. I don't want to let myself down. So with them doing that, I mean, it just shows how much they believed and trusted in me. So
Good stuff. So talk about it a little bit. You just got back from the combine. Talk about that experience and talk about the whole preparation for the NFL draft.
I mean, it was an amazing experience. Like I said, you've been praying for that moment, working for that moment for I don't know how many years of my life. So and I was training down in Fort Lauderdale at XPE, and it's just a lot of work for sure. But it's also a blessing because, like I said, a lot of people wish to be in those shoes. You're working out twice a day, you're taking meal preps, you're going on like a strict schedule, understanding your body, when to peak, what workouts is best for you to continue to get better and grow in the areas that you need to grow. Um, and then also just like the combine, it's a pretty lengthy experience. I got there the 25th. You're doing medical evals, you're meeting with coaches, teams. You're doing things for Madden EA, NFLPA. It's a very cool experience, very lengthy experience. So.
What are you focused on the most about? I'm sure you're always trying to improve, but is there a certain part of your game that you've been focused on leading up to the draft to really hone in on?
Really, I think I want to just continue to work on just getting stronger and faster. My top end speed. I know that's been a thing that I've definitely wanted to work on. Just getting stronger, play strength, for sure. So,
And I know we have to ask this because you're on a Pittsburgh Steeler podcast. How cool would it be to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? I know that Pitt and the Steelers share a facility, but how cool would that be? Hearing your name called, obviously hearing your name called by any team, but especially a team that I'm sure you know some of those guys in that locker room as well.
I mean, yeah, it'll be amazing. And like, I have some ties to the Steelers. My head coach at Akron was Tom Arth. He's the quarterbacks coach at the Steelers now.
Okay.
So we,
Wow.
we have a really good relationship. So I mean, it'll be cool being around some familiar faces, being in a familiar place. Not really having to adjust too much to the situation because I know kind of what they expect, the standard, and things like that for sure.
We'd
That's
love to have you, Mike.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily think about that, and that connection obviously could maybe pave your way to staying at Acrisure Stadium. I'm always curious to ask some of the draft prospects we have on, especially offensive skill players. Who did you like look up to growing up? Who were some of your favorite receivers? Maybe guys that you were like, I want to model my game after, or were they even receivers? Because you probably played a bunch of different positions growing up.
Nah, yeah, definitely. The reason why I wear nine was like I grew up. My favorite receiver was Amari Cooper. I
Uh,
love the way he runs his routes. Very sudden at the release point. Um, I got a lot of comparisons. Even coming out of like high school, to the guy that recruited me to Akron, he said route running wise, I kind of reminded him of Deontay Johnson, like size, the way that we move, things like that. I love Devontae Adams releases. I like Stevie Johnson, very sudden. I love watching route runners because I feel like it's an art. Like Justin Jefferson, I can go on and on. But I think it's truly an art, and I could watch route runners all day. Keenan Allen, and just because I know how much time you put into your craft in order to become like a route runner and understand leverage, understand defense, timing, like all those type of things. So.
That's awesome to hear because you hear a lot of prospects and stars like yourself, talk about the dynamic plays and the deep balls and the home runs and somebody obviously who's consistently working on their fundamental craft. That is absolutely incredible. So I'm sitting back, I'm watching the combine this past weekend, and I'm watching you, and I see you go down, and I'm like, oh shit, like I hope he's okay. Tell me about this. Are you all right? Are you good?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good. I'm good. It was just a little tweak really, and like a little sprain, but it's nothing major. I'm already back running and things like that. So
Did teams come
Good
up
to
to you
hear.
and were like, "Are you good?" or like, "What's going on?" and you kind of had to tell them about that?
it was two teams that like after it happened that two coaches that was kind of running that came up to me to check on me. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's good, and we're happy to see that you're healthy. That would be obviously just a tough blow physically as well, But everybody was holding their breath, rooting for you. So happy to hear that, man,
thank you. I appreciate it.
for sure.
So just kind of talk about too, like leading up into the draft. Like you just kind of obviously you talked about working out twice, strict meal plan, but like what is your day to day like? Is it just like kind of like chill? You watching like what do you like to do outside of football? We always like we talk so much football, like and our viewers like to know a little bit about what you like to do, what other hobbies that you have.
Yeah, I'm a pretty like chill, laid back dude. So I mean, I don't really do too much. Like when I was down there, I know for me, I played a video game. Like I like to kind of connect with my friends back at home. Just to laugh, joke, get my mind off of things like that. Because I mean, it is the combine, just football in general is stressful. You know, it's a lot of
Yeah.
expectation. It's a lot of things that you want to accomplish. So I mean, like it's always good to just decompress. You know, I'm very big in music. I feel like kind of music really kind of controls my attitude to a certain extent. You know,
Mhm.
like so I love listening to music. I love, playing the game with my friends. Anything I could do like that's just relaxing. Like even if it's with my family or friends, like maybe if it's going bowling, something competitive,
Okay. Yeah.
going bowling, things like that, go kart riding. Really things that's truly genuine, I think, just where I can laugh, relax, have fun,
But you
things
still
like
have
that.
that competitive spirit.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
of course. Yeah, yeah, of course.
So you were saying that EA Sports was down there. Are you a Madden guy? Is that one of the games that you play? So maybe
Uh,
you could play with yourself next season.
I'm not really a Madden guy. I'm not good at Madden. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. I'm a football player, but I'm
I
just
know
not
you
good
would
at
know as
Madden.
smart as you are on the football field. You think that would have?
Yeah, nah, it's like too many things working at one time, like with the
Yeah.
controllers, all the settings and stuff. Like I just kind of could play, you know. But I play 2K. Like I play Rocket League every now and then. Hop on Roblox. There's a new game called Marvel Rivals. My friends play. Like we kind of bounce around GTA, like Call of Duty,
Mhm.
whatever. Kind of bounce
Yeah.
around, just different things.
Well, that's good, man. Well, hey, we're really rooting for you. Definitely want to see you in the black and gold, but we know wherever you go, you'll have a great career. And it's been great to watch you at Pitt. And man, just keep doing what you do. We'll be looking for you on draft day.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Really allow me
Yeah,
to
Mhm.
man.
be on here. So
See how your career unfolds, man.
So
thank you.
definitely, when the Steelers do draft you, we're manifesting this right now. You'll come back on and you can say, Jordan, Mike, the Sick Podcast, Steeler Crazy. You heard it here.
Okay,
So
okay, bet.
best
Uh,
of luck, man.
Thanks,
Take it
man.
Thank you.
easy. Thank you.
Of course.
Awesome. It's such an interesting connection. I didn't put that together. I wish I would have, Um, he is former coach, is the Steelers quarterback coach. So if there's
Yeah.
interest, it's logical, right? So I would not be shocked.
Steelers need a wide receiver
Steelers
desperately right now.
Steelers could use three receivers.
Yeah, I mean, crap, I might suit up at this point. So
And he
yeah, I
mentioned
mean it.
Deontay Johnson, like Steelers would love another player like that who on the field was superb route runner and a reliable guy. Off the field, obviously there were some challenges, um, but I feel like a guy who has high character like Mumfield, that's not a concern.
Yeah. And it was great watching him at Pitt. And I always love having these Pitt guys on. Pitt is near and dear to my heart. You worked for Pitt, covered Pitt for numerous seasons, and just been a fan since I was younger and grew up around it. And that's why these episodes, like you said, it reminds me of my pap. So I know he's looking down happy right now. And man, I would be happy to see him in black and gold. I'll definitely be getting that jersey if that's the case. But either way, just great all around stuff. And we're going to be having different prospects on. We just had our guy from the NFL Network, Mark Ross, on just breaking everything down. And as you always say, we always say this is the most wonderful time of the year. And we don't sleep over here at the Sick Podcast, Steeler Crazy. 365 days of Steeler coverage. So we're just going to keep rocking and rolling with the best in the game. And yeah, a lot of I'm kind of like you ever see the meme? I seen it on Twitter or X, whatever they call it now, and it's like the guy with the stick, and it's like, come on, do something. That's kind of like how I feel about Omar Khan right now because I really don't know what the Steelers are waiting for. It's something needs to give. We need to. I know the fans; they don't care really what the fans think, but at the end of the day, I would like to see the direction and start building this roster because the season's going to be here before we know it. And we're just ready to go, man. It's killing me. The anticipation. It's like they almost do it on purpose.
Well, free agency officially opens next Tuesday, and obviously teams have been negotiating with guys for a long time. Tampering
Yeah.
is, happening consistently. But when that ball drops, you're just going to see a flurry of moves. So we are hours away at this point, whatever it is, 100 hours away, something
Yeah.
like that, from
I'm ready.
a lot of things to talk about. And our guy, Deshaun Elliott, I don't know if you've paid attention to him, but he keeps commenting on everybody's Instagram saying, come to Pittsburgh. Oh, we'd love to have you. So his crazy ass, he's he's having some fun.
I love this, Sean. But yeah, it's been great, and I really appreciate episodes like this. And yeah, I'm sure it's surreal just to work that hard. He said he's been leading up to this moment since 4 years old, and it kind of all comes to fruition. So just really excited for these guys, especially a Pitt guy. And yeah, best is yet to come, and hopefully the Steelers can figure out who's going to be behind center as well.
True.
So, all right. That's important. I think I'd like to think that that's important. But yeah, great stuff. Again, make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends. We've been having some great guests on, great personalities, and now great players. So go back and watch some of the previous episodes. Again, Sick Podcast, Steeler Crazy. Tell your aunt, uncle, whoever. They can all subscribe. We'll see you guys soon. Jay York Football, Mic'd Up Sports 1. Have a great weekend, everybody. Sammy, take it away.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Steelers Crazy on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.